Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Bhavna Joshi and I will be taking the subject creating an inclusive school. In this subject today we will be discussing about the adaptation and accommodation. This topic is in your unit 2 of creating an inclusive school. So let's start. What is exactly is adaptation and accommodation? According to NCERT, adaptation refers to adjusting material, assessment material, curriculum, or classroom environment to accommodate a student's need so he or she can participate in and achieve the teaching learning goals. It means that adaptation is whatever adjustment as a teacher you are doing for the child in the form of assessment, in the form of material, in curriculum, classroom environment, so that the child can accommodate as per his or her need and participate in and achieve the teaching learning goal. That is what is called as adaptation. And an accommodation is in the form of adaptation only, which occurs when teacher differentiate instruction, assessment, material in order to create a very flexible learning environment. So we can say that the principle of adaptation makes is making suitable changes in the teaching learning process according to the demand of the altered circumstances. Whatever changes are there in the circumstances as per the need of the child, making suitable changes according to it in the learning environment is what is the principle of adaptation. Then the change made in the environment with curriculum also, with the instructions also, and with the assessment practices also is the principle of adaptation. Adaptation include accommodation as well as the modification. So these are the principles of adaptation. Now, the adaptation and accommodation is done in three parts. Adaptation and accommodation of in the instructional objectives, in the adaptation and accommodation in curriculum, and adaptation and accommodation in the planning and organization of co-curricular activities. Let us go one by one. What exactly is adaptation and accommodation in instructional objective? Instructional objective, as we all know, are the objectives which are decided for the teaching learning process, for a learner, and these are made by the teacher, which the teacher think that in the coming lesson we will be able to achieve it. So these instructional objectives should be as per the need of the child, so that they can adaptation and accommodation can be done. Like for example, the children who are having locomotor impairment, they may not be able to handle or manipulate objects or engages in the activities, which basically involve movement of the body part. So this the teacher has to keep in mind that how they are making the instructional objectives. Next is the adaptation and accommodation in curriculum. In with respect to curriculum, there are various curriculum adaptation which we have to see. The first is curriculum adaptation in the in terms of quantity. Quantity here means, like for example, the quantity, the number of chapters which we are giving to the student to learn. So in this curriculum adaptation in the form of quantity, like for example, the teacher can reduce the number of chapters, or the teacher can reduce the number of terms, the topics for the learner at a time. More practice sheets can be given to the learner. Then curriculum adaptation in the terms of time, maybe that different timeline can be given to the students as per their need to finish the task. Then curriculum adaptation in terms of level of support means the teacher can increase the amount of personal assistant which are needed by the student. uh, they can give personal assistant to the specific student to complete or reinforce the task. Assign peer buddies, teaching assessment, peer tutors. These This will come in the level of support. Next is curriculum adaptation in terms of input. So, in the terms of input, it will be that adapt the way instruction is delivered to the child, how you are delivering the instruction to the child, using different visual aids, as per the need of the child, enlarge text, whatever input, whatever devices a teacher is using to transmit the knowledge to the student as per their need is comes under the curriculum adaptation in terms of input. Then is the curriculum adaptation in terms of difficulty also. This is the difficulty level, the skill level, the problem type, whatever you are giving to the child. If the child is not is having is having dyscalculia, so the teacher can give calculator for solving the maths problem. So this is in terms of difficulty. You can reduce the difficulty level. Then curriculum adaptation in terms of output. Now, in terms of output, instead of answering questions in written form, where the teacher can allow a verbal response or viva for the child who is having dyslexia. So just to see what the child has learned till now, it is not necessary that the assessment, the output should be seen viva writing only. If the child is having dyslexia, the teacher can focus more, or dyslexia or dysgraphia, the teacher can focus more on the oral part. Then comes curricular adaptation in terms of participation. In terms of participation, um, um, adapt the extent to which a learner is actively involved in the task. Like, for example, in geography, students can hold the globe, while a specific student can hold the globe, and the other students can point out the location. In short, you are allowing every child to take part in the activity, but it depends that what task is given to the two different children. Then curriculum adaptation in terms of alternate goals. Alternate goals here means that the outcome expectation can be different from different students. Like in if in a social science lesson, expect a child student to be able to locate the colors of the state on a map, while the other student can locate each state and name of the capital. So it depends on child to child and their special needs, what alternate goal you are giving to them. To some, you can ask proper capitals of the state. To some, you can ask the colors of the different state. Curriculum adaptation in terms of substitute curriculum or functional curriculum. Here, it means that different instructions and material are given to meet a learner's individual goals. So it can be that some students can be having a substitute curriculum, like in a language class some students are learning about the language, how to speak, whereas some students are learning about how they can how they can tell about their daily needs. So there can be functional curriculum or substitute curriculum depending upon the need of the child. So next is the adaptation and accommodation in planning and organizing of co-curricular activities. It is very important that the organization of co-curricular activity should be as per the need of the children and what exactly learning environment or what exactly the learning outcome we want from the children. So there can be physical activities depending on the need of the children, like games, sports, yoga asanas, mass drill, etc. There can be cultural activities of dance, drama, musical activities. There can be literary activities like debate, seminar, symposium. There can be social or civic activities like celebration of social, religious, or national festivals. Then there can be miscellaneous activities in which excursions, trips, and exhibitions, clubs, etc. comes. So, in an inclusive schools, it is very important to see that how and what type of co-curricular activities should be organized for the wholesome development and welfare of the diverse students or learners which are coming from diverse backgrounds. So I hope you all understood about the adaptation and accommodation. Thank you very much.